Page 28. Dominica offers escape from the everyday. Hiking, snorkeling, diving, kayaking, and swimming are all popular on this beautiful island. Dominica is meant to be explored on foot. It's crawling with natural hiking trails adorned by 1,200 species of plants and flowers, some of which recoil when touched. There are spectacular waterfalls and hot springs, including the huge boiling lake in the center, and the island is surrounded by waters clear enough for snorkeling, deep enough for diving, and just choppy enough to make kayaking interesting. And because it's not easy to get here, it remains, and here's the tour operator's selling point, one of the most unspoilt islands in the Caribbean. Pronounced Dominica, this English-speaking volcanic island is home to about 71,000 people, including 3,000 native Caribs, who reside in a dedicated Carib territory on the island's northeast side. They were the primary inhabitants of this island. The indigenous Carib name is Waitu Kabuli, or Tall is Her Body, as the island is a lengthy 47-kilometer stretch of beautiful curves and contours. There are a few tourists, but they're a fairly specific breed, thrill seekers who climb mountains for kicks, like Denise and Jeff. From Los Angeles, Denise Calfo and Jeff Biddle have visited Dominica 7 times over the last 8 years. They commute around Dominica's 751 square kilometers the way most of its residents do, via the bus system and their own 2 feet. They've hiked up to Boiling Lake, Dominica's gem of a landmark, twice. They've reached the summit of Morne Diablotin, the island's tallest mountain, 1,447 meters, and most challenging hike. They know a few Creole-inspired Dominican phrases. The best thing about Dominica is how many things there are to do, Calfo said. Or if you just want to sit and do nothing, it's so peaceful and the air is just so fresh and fragrant from all these exotic flowers that grow all over the place. There are no traditional resorts and fewer traditional hotels. Wearing beachwear on the street in the 2 cities, Roseau and Portsmouth, is considered improper. But in the jungle, where mosquitoes surprisingly aren't a problem, it's a different story. The first rule in Dominica is, always wear your swimsuit. That mantra comes from Samuel Raphael, owner of Jungle Bay Resort and Spa, which, true to its name, is nestled in the middle of a jungle overlooking Point Moulatray Bay on the island's southeast side. Sam and his wife Glenda spent 10 years developing and building the 55-acre property, which is the perfect prototype for Dominica's slowly growing tourism industry. It's eco-conscious, unapologetically hospitable, and naturally gorgeous. Each of its 35 tropical hardwood cottages is raised on stilts for ideal views and circulation. Their solar-heated outdoor showers drip back into the jungle, polluted only by natural and organic soaps. All of the furniture is made from local wood, handcrafted by folks from the neighboring villages of Delicaisse and Petit Savan. Everyone at Jungle Bay wears a swimsuit constantly, and not necessarily to take advantage of the modest swimming pool assembled with volcanic stones. They wear their swimsuits because on Dominica, all roads lead to hikes, and all hikes, most of them anyway, lead to water. Take Victoria Falls. Located a few miles inland from Point Moulatray Bay, the hour hike to the spectacular 130-meter falls entails traversing a muddy trail that loses itself amid the rapidly growing rainforest, and thereafter, 4 river crossings each way. The water is swift but not cold. It's incredibly clean and softened by sulfur. One of the crossings required this 5'11" lady to wade up to her waist. The others are tests of balance and confidence while scaling slippery boulders and wading through swift rapids. The difficulty level of this hike? Moderate. In all, there are 365 rivers on Dominica, some easily explored, some strenuous. Emerald Pool, Dominica's most popular tourism destination, is an easy one. The green-hued natural pool sits pretty in the island's UNESCO World Heritage Site and is a 15-minute walk through the rainforest. Stop even for a minute and you'll spot parrots and hawks flapping by nonchalantly. Perched above Grand Bay on Dominica's south side is the tiny village of Stowe. From here, conditions are nearly perfect for kayaking a half-mile out to Carib Point, then snorkeling along the reef below. The waves are relatively calm in this bay, even when mild storms pass through. Snorkeling in the rain isn't glamorous. Few things on this island are, but floating just below sea level, looking down on schools of exotic fish while millions of little drops of water dot the ocean's surface is surreal. On my last day here, I went down to Suffre Bay off Scott's Head for one last swim. As soon as I waded out to my waist, some kind of giant, beautiful aqua-colored ray floated by, and a million little yellow and black fish fluttered around my bare feet. There had been other snorkeling experiences on Dominica. The most spectacular was farther up Suffre Bay at Champagne Reef, named for the underwater bubbles produced by small volcanic fissures leaking from the ocean bed. But that calm, quiet, overcast day on Scott's Head was just as special. Afterward, bumping along that twisty, windy road one last time for the trek up the side of the island to the airport, driving was the easy part. The hard part? Leaving. Vocabulary focus. Crawl with. Choppy. 4 kicks. Mantra. Prototype. Entail. Strenuous. Sit pretty. Nonchalantly. Surreal.